Oh my goodness. So Elon Musk sent an email to everybody in Tesla, and you won't believe what he said. It's absolutely insane. At the same time that he was sending this email, Adam Jonas from Morgan Stanley, one of the most famous analysts that are bullish on Tesla, actually slashed the target price from Tesla, and his rationale is absolutely mind blowing. You won't believe what he wrote. So there's a lot to talk about here, including Tesla starting to recover slowly today and whether this is the beginning of a new run. Now, look, I'm here to bring you nuanced analysis, not hype and emotions. So let's break everything down piece by piece. First of all, we're talking about Tesla, a company with zero debt, $20 billion, and absolutely terrific cash flow and the best margins in the business. They're not going bankrupt. Now, the stock market might not like the stock, but the company is doing just fine and it's not in any risk. I've seen a lot of bozos on YouTube make thumbnails for clicks with Tesla going bankrupt. This is absolute horseshit FUD. Ignore it. If you see somebody talking about a Tesla bankruptcy, usually that's an idiot. Now, first of all, let's talk about what Adam Jonas said. Now, Adam Jonas is an analyst for Morgan Stanley. Right now, he's one of the most famous Tesla bulls, and he put out a note saying something absolutely asinine. I'm not going to lie, because the dude slashed the target price from $330 per share to $250 per share, and the rationale was that Tesla is going to extend its lead over its competition in the EV market in 2023. Now, to me, it sounds like he was trying to do the old Russian trick of sugarcoating a shit sandwich. Now, he's slashing the target price. He doesn't want to get the backlash. So he's saying, well, Tesla is going to extend its lead. It's like when somebody's rejecting you, you're a really nice guy. I like your personality, but I'm not going to have sex with you. Pretty much. So Adam Jonas is, again, bailing on Tesla. This would not be his first time, because if you go back in history and actually have the evidence, you might find that Adam Jonas has some flaky history with Tesla, even though he might not want you to remember this, but everything is forever on the internet. So this is what Adam Jonas said in 2019, where the Tesla FUD were at its absolute finest. In 2019, when everybody was hating Tesla, this is what he said. Tesla is a distressed credit story and a restructuring project. And he basically said, don't touch that shit. Now, obviously, since then, he became a bull. But now again, once times just start to be a little tough, you can see Adam Jonas starts to flake. Now, look, I just want to explain something. And this is not directly at Adam Jonas. I don't know the guy. I don't care about the guy. But here's what I have to say. Analysts are not your friends. Analysts are not your employees. They do not work for you. And they do not serve your best interest. That's not their job. Their job is to reflect the current market sentiment. Their target prices, for the most part, except a very few like Gary Black and a few others, are not fundamentally based. They're based on crowd psychology. They tell you what they think the stock will be based on crowd psychology. Very little fundamental analysis. They kind of mark it out to be as if some sort of scientific target price, but they're just calling out whatever the street is saying. They're glorified Jim Cramers. So before you listen to analysts, look, understand this, and also understand that the game is rigged. 80% of the money in the stock market is institutional, and these guys work for institutional investors, not for you. So, just make sure you treat it like mainstream media. They're just there to throw you under the bus and kind of confuse you. Mostly when they tell you to sell and everybody's in the panic mode, look at what the institutional investors are doing. Check institutional selling, check institutional buying. Usually they sell when you are FOMOing into stocks and they buy when you are panicking out. I mean, check me on this and see. Now look, Adam Jonas is just one example. Let's move forward here because it's not the main story here. While this was going on, Elon Musk actually sent an email to everybody in Tesla. And what he said was very interesting. He said that he believes that Tesla will be the most valuable company in the world long term. He said that he wants Tesla to push out Q4 as match. Match, by the way, in Russian is ball. I don't know if this is Freud or not. He wants people to push out the deliveries as fast as possible so they get a strong finish to Q4. And he also said, in a PS at the end of the letter, ignore the stock market craziness. None of this matters. If we execute, if we deliver, if we have great margins, the stock market craziness will go away. It's absolutely meaningless. Now, a few things here. Number one, I completely agree with his final statement. Yeah, the stock market, what's going on with me today? I can't talk. The stock market craziness is absolutely irrelevant. to the performance of the company. If the company keeps performing, it's going to keep beating expectations like it did in the previous quarter, the price will go up. You can't cater to crowd psychology. You have to focus on succeeding on the court. 100% agree with what Elon's saying here. Now, there's a lot of FUD about this letter, and I feel like it's unjustified. A lot of bozos, again, on YouTube, on Reddit, on other social media, are talking about that this letter is a show of panic from Elon. Elon is sending out this letter. He's panicking. No, my guy. Check the history. Every year for the past 5 years, Elon is sending out a similar letter at the end of each year. This is an annual thing for Tesla. This is nothing unusual. So relax with the FUD. Anytime you hear people talking about, oh, it's a panic move, chill. It's a usual standard Elon end of the year email. If anything, the email shows me that Elon is more concerned about beating expectations for deliveries than what's going on in the stock market. Look, the final topic today is Tesla is up today a little bit, at least in the pre-market as of the recording of this video. The question is, does this change anything? Does it mean that Tesla is going to run up again? Probably not. You got to remember, we're going into very tough 2 years. The Fed will keep raising rates in 2023. 2024 is going to be elevated interest time as well. So the next 2 years are not going to be good from a macroeconomic perspective. This changes nothing for Tesla investors long term because we know the next 2 years are going to be rough, but it doesn't change our thesis for the long term. Does this 6% mean that we're going to run up again to previous highs? Probably not. But for me, it's another sign that if a company goes down by 5% the one day, 6% up the other day, it's a lot of unnecessary volatility. If you try to time this, you're probably, you're playing a losing game. I would just, if you hate Tesla, get the fuck out. If you love Tesla, stay in. This is absolutely meaningless. In fact, I don't think we're going to see anything dramatic in the market before people, most of them traders right now are passed out. Nobody's going to be working until the 4th or the 5th of January. So the market is going to be pretty flat anyways before that. In any case, this is a long-term investing. Now, one final point I want to explain here about Tesla. A lot of people are panic selling right now Tesla, and that's fine. If you don't believe in the stock, you don't believe in Elon, sell. There's plenty of other options. But I want to explain a concept here which I think gets lost in translation. When you're shopping for a convertible car, when would be the best time to buy the car? When you're shopping for a winter jacket, when would be the best time to get the best deal on that jacket? You probably want to buy a convertible car in the wintertime because not a lot of people are buying. The demand is low, the price will be lower. You probably want to buy a winter coat in the summer where the demand is low, you'll get a better price. Why are you guys who are fans of Tesla, not talking about people who hate Tesla, if you're a Tesla fan and you want to be a shareholder of this company, why are you annoyed of the fact that this is winter time right now and you get to buy a convertible for cheap so that when summer comes in, you can actually drive and enjoy it and you actually pay 30% less? So that mentality is something that very obvious to me, but I don't understand why people are annoyed that their favorite stock that fundamentally is doing better than ever is now cheaper. I don't understand that. Honestly, I don't. And I know a lot of people hate Tesla, hate Elon, and they think it's a trash stock, and they use it to bash the stock and Elon and people who like the stock. I don't care. Their opinion is irrelevant. But I'm talking to people who like Tesla and are annoyed about this. Come on, guys. Understand what's going on here. GM and Ford are drowning in debt. Tesla has literally zero debt. They have $20 billion in cash. Best margins in the business, double margins than GM and Ford. They're killing it. They're growing 50% a year. And right now, they're in a massive 70% discount because this is winter and you're actually, buying convertible. Think about it. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Quick and brief today, not scripted. If you haven't yet, join our community. $5 per month. Get on the Discord. Get on Patreon. Would love to see you there. The link is below. See you next video.